Up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles?
All right, what's up? Welcome back to the Morning Skate. We're coming to you live from Sunday afternoon. We all have beer league games tonight. Ked and Hal have been getting after it with each other. Big Rangers Bruins series. We're gonna hop right into that off the rip. Ked, Hal. Let's go to Hal first. Hal, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, Dale. I'm a little rattled right now because I feel like that's definitely me and Ked put a lot of work into this doc today. And I know you said you were going to rip it up last night to get the podcast ready. You didn't. And I don't believe New York Rangers is first on the list. I don't think that's how
It's not. I was gonna try to throw a curveball, but you're right. Maybe it's not my place today to throw a curveball like that off the first. But I felt like it would have been nice to talk. Whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry. Moving on.
No, Dale. I know Ked's gonna be pissed right now. Let's just restart it. I won't chirp you.
Yeah, dude, you just fucking came out so hot.
The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles?
All right, what is up? We're back with episode 188 of the Morning Skate, coming to you from Sunday afternoon. Big Rangers Bruins series this weekend. Ed, Hal, how you guys doing?
I'm pretty good, dude. I mentioned this before we hopped on. I just think it's a little weird how, we can podcast right after the Rangers get fucked on national television. But when it happened Friday and we were all feeling about getting a podcast out of the way, let's do it. Hal went off the grid for 48 hours. So I just want to say I'm here to take my bruises, my bumps and bruises. I'll be able to get through it. Also, I'm actually really proud of myself because a lot of New York Rangers fans, after they beat the Bruins the first time, were claiming that we were a good hockey team and all this shit. And there was Ked just telling everybody, hey guys, like I don't know if this is going to be a team. Can Colin Blackwell continue to score all year? Which he did in this game, but the stars aren't showing up. And then what do you know? Fucking matinee game on a Sunday, 12 o'clock. And the Rangers just bent right over, dude. It was a bad game.
We should save it for a little bit, but I did want to say it was pretty funny to go from Friday night or maybe Saturday morning where Ked was tweeting out polls, will the Rangers make the playoffs, to where we are right now. It seems like
no, dude. You can ask anybody. I've said from 3 weeks ago that we weren't making the playoffs, but I was very interested to see how many fucking idiot Rangers fans after beating the Bruins were like, yeah, dude, it's possible. The Stanley Cup's ours.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I think we should just hop into it. We'll get to Bruins Rangers in a bit. Dale told me I came in too hot the first time we tried to start, so I'm trying to tone it down. Let's go.
All right, bud. NHL in the news. Let's go. Panarin with the leave of absence. Ked, let's hand it right off to you for this one.
Tell you what, boys, that was not the way I wanted to start my week. Monday morning, wake up, and Panarin's gone. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Why is somebody taking a leave of absence? And it's actually funny because it ties into last week's thing when we were talking about Russians and enforcers, and are there any Russian enforcers? Well, apparently there is this one guy, Andrei Nazarov. I've never heard of him, so he can't be that sweet. He was Panarin's old coach when he was in the KHL, comes out of the woodwork and says that during one of their trips to this one place that Panarin beat the wheels off an 18-year-old girl back in 2011, yada, yada, yada. So this Nazarov guy, he's a big Putin dude. He's a psychopath. He coaches in the KHL. He's gotten fined and suspended for throwing sticks at people. When he was a fighter in the NHL, he used to headbutt people. He's not really a guy that I think that you'd want to spend with, if you had a daughter or grandparents. You wouldn't want this guy around him. And he comes out and says all these things. So since this has happened, all of Panarin's, well, not all of them, but a lot of Panarin's teammates from that team came out and said that's absolutely not true. I thought one of the names that was pretty funny was Morasti was on that squad, and it's like, yeah, I would have heard about it. I was a veteran leader on that team. Good old Canadian boy playing in the KHL.
Yeah. If anyone's getting in a fight on that team at like a bar or something, it's probably Morasti.
It's the same. Off the ice is the same as on the ice. When there's shit being started, normally the people that like to get in the shit are around the shit. Like if I was at a bar and like there was a fight going off and I was on the Rangers, like Brendan Lemieux would probably be in there, and that wasn't the case. So this stems from Panarin being vocal against the politics in Russia. He's not a Putin guy. I think he's the only Russian athlete that I've seen that ever have come out and said that. If you guys don't know, I don't know if there was a vote. I don't know exactly what happened, but the guy who was opposing Putin ended up getting poisoned. I wonder who did that. And then left the country, and he wasn't allowed to leave the country. So he left the country to get better. He got better, and when he came back, they're like, you left the country, so now you're going to do 3 years of manual labor. So that guy has a rough 3 years lined up. But Panarin supports that guy. Took a leave of absence. I'm going to speculate, if you will, that this is like just trying to take care of your image and your family, right? Like he has family over in Russia. That's got to be scary. The Russians, we talked about last week with that Fight Club, dude, they handle their shit differently over there. And here's one thing that I thought that kind of stood out. Artem Anisimov was asked about Panarin and if Russian players are talking with each other about it. And he said, no, we don't talk about that, which makes me think like that's something that you very like that's a little bit of tea, right, dude? That's drama going on. I feel like there's probably a Russian group text somewhere, and the fact that like they're not even talking about it, like some real sketchy shit. I hope Breadman gets back. I fucking love that guy. Like, obviously he's so good at hockey, but there's a lot of comments coming out by Rangers where they're like, you don't understand the shit that he does for everybody off the ice, probably because he got paid. So I hope Panarin ends up coming back, because other than Panarin, the Rangers don't have any certable top 6 talent regularly, consistently. Until Lafreniere gets there at some point. He has 2 assists in his last couple games. When Capo comes back from COVID, that'll be good. But 93 and 20 to me are an absolute embarrassment. The fact that we were talking about these guys fucking being captains at the beginning of the year, like, oh yeah, Chris Kreider scored a hat trick against the Flyers. Guys, it's not like he fucking did anything. He stood in front of the net and all 3 goals were a rebound. It wasn't like he was really working for it. And I thought what was hilarious was after the game, Kreider was interviewed and he's like, the effort was clearly there. Just because you scored 3 fucking goals, dude, and now he's playing the piano, I'm fucking over it. But that's off topic. What do you have on Panarin?
Not much, dude. I mean, I feel like you're feeling it today with the Rangers stuff. You're definitely like, this is post-game loss. Like, you're in your feelings.
No, I don't think it is, dude. I'm just being a fucking realist. Chris Kreider is the most inconsistent player in the National Hockey League with all the tools to be like an elite superstar. He's just an idiot. Like, he's so dumb. And I don't know what's going on with Mika Zibanejad. If it's not the whole COVID aftermath and it's something, if it's anything other than like him having COVID and not being able to come back the way he was immediately, I get that. If it's anything other than that, like, fuck off.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think my 2 takeaways, I think Nazarov is the same guy who when TJ Gagliardi talked shit about the KHL. Yeah, right. And then he said he should be jailed. Yep. So like Nazarov's just kind of like a huge troll.
Not only jailed, but jailed without a bathroom.
Yeah. So like he's just like a troll. He's like, I don't know. I feel like Nazarov just throws jabs out there because he wants to keep the KHL relevant and like be that like Russian. Like I think he thinks he's a lot cooler than he actually is. You know what I mean?
Never even heard of the fucking guy until this. Like, cool, dude. You got your 5 seconds of fame. Everybody called you a scumbag liar. Good for you, dude. Hey, you're supporting your country though.
Yeah, I think it would be really fun too to have like, even if it's like the Senators, just have like one random NHL team go over and like beat the wheels off a Russian team and then come back. Like that would kind of feel good because you know how they never play.
That would be so fucking cool if the NHL never do it, because if they lost, that would be devastating to them.
It's a great marketing thing, right?
Dude, yeah, but if they for the NHL, that'd be like, do you remember when Syracuse lacrosse would go play like Onondaga?
Yeah.
And all these things, and like they would play them because they were good, but they knew that they would win, and then they lost. And I don't know if they played them. Wait, did they ever lose OCC? I don't know. So it was something similar to that. So I mean, that's devastating for your image. But like back in the day, like, do you remember when the 1980 Russians would come over and they play like the NHL All Stars and they would fucking kill them and shit like that? It would be really cool to see like our best against your best, and let's just fucking beat the wheels off you. But who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. And I think too, hopefully. hopefully everything's all right with Panarin. I just wanted to throw that one out too. Do you remember Oleg Teradovsky?
Fuck yeah, dude. He wore like number 30 something.
Yeah, and his mom I think he was from the Ukraine, and his mom got kidnapped by like the Russian mob while he was in the NHL. So like it's real. You know what I mean? So hopefully he's all right, and like hopefully everything's too true. I thought the Rangers have had kind of like PR nightmares left and right this year, and I thought that they stood really strongly behind Panarin like really quickly. Which was kind of telling because I don't think they would make that mistake if they really didn't.
Exactly. You can't just come out and say we openly support Panarin if there's any chance that he beat up an 18-year-old girl.
Right, because most teams I feel like would be like we're like investigating it. You know what I mean?
And they weren't. They're like we're Team Panarin fuckers.
Yeah, which is like if they're wrong, that's terrible. But I don't think they would take that bound. So that's good.
Yeah, we stand with Breadman. Moving on, we got Jordan Binnington freaking out after being pulled against the Sharks. I didn't see this one, but I read about it in the group chat. What do you guys got? How did this happen?
He got pulled. Yeah, he got pulled. He had a rough game. I've been there. I don't know if you guys have been there. I have a tendency to throw a hissy fit every once in a while if I'm not playing well and just start talking shit to everybody around me. So I've been there. I've never thrown a fake punch and then like
he threw a tantrum.
Yeah, he threw a temper tantrum. That's all he did. Like it was a straight up like 6 or 7 year old in an aisle of Walmart trying to fucking get like an Elmo doll and the parents saying no and the kid fucking blowing a gasket. This is exactly what it was.
I would like to throw out there. I know they didn't fight, but I like Devin Dubnyk's comments and I like that he like kind of gave him one in the head when he was skating off the ice. So Dubnyk said, I don't know why he's skating around pretending to punch guys. I told him to get off the ice. He's 165 pounds, swinging at guys, fake punching guys. That kind of sums it up, dude. Like Dubnyk was just kind of like, bro, like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it was. That was probably as clown show in the NHL I've seen in a really long time.
Yeah, and with that being said, like I kind of hate Binnington because of the Blues Bruins Stanley Cup final, but it's still kind of funny. Like I wouldn't really like if he was my goalie, I would probably laugh about it. I think, right? Would you?
I mean, you can because Tuukka Rask throws temper tantrums all the time, so I can see how you could identify yourself with somebody like that. Me, who roots for a team full of professionals, I don't think there's any room in the game for that.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed like kind of a composed guy. It's a little shocking, but I guess you never know.
I think they're fucking weirdos too. You can't forget that.
You can't tell.
Yeah. Moving on.
Nice. Next, we got some Mike Babcock talk from Jeff O'Neill. Do you want to get into this one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little familiar with this. Who's Jeff O'Neill? Should I know who that is? Did he play for the Carolina Hurricanes?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and he played for the Leafs and he played for the Red Wings. He played for Babcock.
Okay. He pretty much just came out and said that. So Mike Babcock, I think we talked about this, how he got hired by like a university in Canada. And Jeff O'Neill pretty much just came out and said like he can't deal with people not kissing his ass.
Yeah.
I don't have
he's getting what he deserves and that no one cares about you, Mike Babcock. Like, go away.
Yeah.
And I liked it, dude.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that at all. It's about time people start saying their actual feelings.
And O-Dog too is like he's like a big deal in Canada. Like to me, like when you talk like
did you just call him O-Dog?
Yeah, that's what they call him, O-Dog. Like he really like I don't know. I like Jeff O'Neill. I think he's good at talking.
By his fucking nickname.
You don't like O-Dog? O-Dog's a great nickname.
It's a great nickname. I just don't have a.
Was it shocking that I went there that soon?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I thought we were gonna be fucking talking Jeff O'Neill, and you're like, yeah, bro, my fucking buddy up in Canada, O-Dog, man. Like I support him. I just I'm into it though.
And dude, I'm happy. Like Matt, like Babcock too going to NBC made no sense. Like they got rid of Milbury and JR because they were too controversial, and then they brought in Babcock. Like, you know what I mean? I'm kind of happy that he says his lumps.
Right, yeah, but dude, they got rid of Milbury and Roenick because they got canceled by everybody who was fucking throwing a hissy fit because they're saying shit that they don't agree with, right? Whatever. I guess in their mind, Babcock hadn't done that publicly yet, and they needed to have some sort of ratings or stir because now, like, I don't know, yeah, O-Dog, but I liked it. I thought it was I mean, it seemed like everybody fucking says this, dude. Like everybody just says he's a bully, he's just a dick, and. Like he won a couple cups with Detroit, which I mean that had to have been really hard to do. And then he won an Olympic gold medal with Canada. Again, that must be really hard to do. It's like, okay, yeah, you've won, but I'm pretty sure like Andrei Nazarov probably could have helped win a gold medal with Canada coaching them.
Agree. Would have been great to have the audio.
Sounds like
If only we were prepared.
Nice. So it sounds like you like to be a big fish in a small pond. That's what they said. So Jack Eichel has 1 5-on-5 goal in his last 26 games.
Jack Eichel.
What I said.
You said Jeff.
No, you're talking about O-Dog, dude. I said Jack.
You said Jeff Eichel. Again, prepare to fail, failed to prepare. Yeah. Eichel's got 1 5-on-5 goal in his last 26 games. He's going to be going to the Rangers. Taylor Hall has a goal, 11 assists in 18 games. So Taylor Hall is producing, just not putting the puck in the back of the net. But the fact that he has 11 assists, that means he has the puck. That's what you want to see as a Sabres fan. Jeff Skinner, no goals and assists in 15 games. He got healthy scratched, and he said all the years in his league that he doesn't think that he needs to be watching to learn from anything. I love that. Although at the same time, like if you're making $9 million a year, I would not be going to the press and saying any sort of things. I mean, you're literally doing nothing to make a giant paycheck. Like ride that fucking wave, dude, because before you know it, you're not going to be in the NHL anymore and you're not going to be making that $9 million a year. So
no, here's a question for you though. So Jeff Skinner's like, I know his body's kind of composing, but do you think he could be a dominant figure skater? You know how the story was always Jeff Skinner was a figure skater growing up too, and that's why he made it to the NHL. Like,
I think we kicked that to our figure skating analyst
correspondent. Yeah, Dale.
Yeah, 100%. I think any NHL player that really wanted to could be a very well figure skater. Maybe not true. I don't know. Jeff Skinner's a pretty good skater. I mean, yeah, totally. You just need the edge work. You can do anything.
Analysis, but yeah, I mean.
To me, I think like the Jack Eichel part was kind of shocking to me. Yeah. Like what's Eichel's game plan there? Like I don't know.
We know
if it's complete.
We know Eichel's game plan, dude.
He doesn't want to go with the Rangers. Who are you gonna give up?
Mika Zibanejad, Kravtsov, Nils Lundqvist, and 2 first-round picks.
What about Kreider?
Yeah, get rid of him too, but it wouldn't work because of the salary. No, it wouldn't work because of the salary. But they would need. I also hate playing the fucking trade game because you literally never know what's going to happen. Like that was probably so much that I just gave up, and the Rangers aren't going to give up any of that. Like you literally never know. I fucking hate playing that game because like
it's better than like the people online though who are like, yeah, like maybe we can get like a top 6 forward for like a 5th round pick at the deadline. It's like that's not how it works. Like we give them some shitty prospect and like a 3rd round pick and they'll love it.
Yeah, dude. Back when HF boards was huge, all the Rangers fans wanted to trade their entire team for Julius Honka, and that guy's not even in the NHL. So.
Who was the kid? I think he ended up with Carolina, the Finn. He was supposed to be really good.
Sorella. We traded him for Eric Stahl, and the world burned because we gave up such a great prospect. He's had a hell of a career.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't even know where we're going with this anymore. I feel for the Sabres, though. I feel like a lot of
5 goal in last 26 games.
Yeah, and you know what else is confusing too? I heard rumors that Hall is interested in signing an extension there. So it's like, do you want to win a cup, Taylor Hall?
I don't think so. I think Taylor Hall is going to be one of those players when he's like 35, he'll sign with a team and win a cup, and everybody will be like, "Oh, Taylor Hall was such a great hockey player," and it's like. Well, he was pretty good, but he was pretty good on shitty teams. He is the what the fuck was his name? The kid on Mohan Shalmont. We used to play high school hockey, and everybody would beat Mohan Shalmont 10-2 every game. But
he'd have like 87.
He'd have like 80 goals at the end of the year, and then he'd be like first team fucking section 2, and it's like this kid can barely fucking skate. Like Elby or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah,
exactly what you're saying. Nice. So Montreal, one of the hottest teams to start the season, they've lost, or they've only won 2 out of their last 8 games with 2 embarrassing losses to the Ottawa Senators, resulting in Claude Julien getting fired. What do you guys got on that? That kind of surprised me.
I mean, you get swept by the Senators this year, you're kind of looking down the barrel of the gun. I think it sucks, dude. I think it sucks because I think Claude actually had that team performing, and it sounded like most of the players liked playing for him, and I thought it made sense with their system, but they went cold. And if there's like anything we've learned doing this podcast over the years is that Bergevin shoots. Like Bergevin is not someone who always thinks stuff through. Like he just goes with his gut and he runs with it. Trade deadline goalies doesn't matter. So I don't know, man. I kind of understand the move. Carey Price has been shitty this year. 8.88 save percentage with a 3.13 goals against average. He's got a $10.5 million contract. for 5 more years. That's pretty crazy. Kind of burdens them. And if you think about it, but like at the same time, I guess I was going to propose to you, Kev, there are a lot of Montreal people saying this slide's all Carey Price's fault. What do you have on that?
I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean, I read his numbers. He's struggling this year, but I feel like it's hard as a Montreal Canadiens fan to like blame everything on Carey Price when he's carried your franchise for so long.
Yeah, I have a really weird thing about Carey Price. Everybody loves Carey Price, and I get why. He's a really good goalie, but there's also a realm of Twitter that hates Carey Price based on like analytics and shit like that, and they think he's like the most overrated player ever to play in the NHL. My only thing about this is like, if you ask all the players in the NHL who the best goalie is, doesn't Carey Price normally, isn't he like a top 3, like picked by like players picking goalies? I feel like I would base my shit off of players rather than stats. Claude, I don't know. Claude Julien won a cup with the Bruins. He had a pretty good team there. He's a defensive type coach.
We've also talked about this a lot. It's almost like hockey's passing him by in the way he coaches.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I talked to Jay Latulip, who's a big Habs fan. He was happy about it. You have a link here, and it says, look at this guy. I haven't clicked on it. Is it the dude on the bench with like the fucking like absolute like sterling gray hair?
Yes, yeah. So their new interim coach, Dominique Ducharme. I mean, he looks like a villain from like 101 Dalmatians or something like that. You know what I mean?
Same
like,
person.
I don't know. That he, to me, like, close your eyes, picture a Montreal Canadiens coach, and I look at this guy, I'm like, that fits perfect.
Yeah. He smells like a mixture of like cigarettes and Polo Blue.
Yeah, too much Polo Blue. I agree with that completely. I don't know. I think the Habs will turn it around, and from like a Habs fan perspective, I kind of get it too, because like they have Suzuki who kind of cooled down, Kotkaniemi. They have a lot of good young players, and Claude Julien isn't always the best guy for those type of players. He likes more of like two-way veterans, and sometimes as a rookie you really have to earn it. So maybe a new coach coming in there will shake that up, and Suzuki can start lighting it up again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that. If I'm a Canadiens fan, like, I mean, when you fire your head coach, that's a little like troubling, but they've looked pretty decent this year. Like Josh Anderson's been producing. Shea Weber's awesome on the back end. They still have Petrie. They still have pieces there. I actually really like this move for the Canadiens. Get it done early in the year, and hopefully it's something you can rally around.
Dominic. Here we got him.
Mm-hmm. That fucking guy.
Nice.
Okay, now we're going to move on to Todd Bertuzzi. Todd Bertuzzi was booked and released from jail early this morning, unknown charges. I just kind of want to put this in here. Are we allowed to guess what it was for? Probably.
I don't know, dude. I hope he's okay. I love Todd Bertuzzi, so I have no comment at this time. I feel like it's too early. It's too early to guess. I like where your heart's at, but like overall, we are Bertuzzi fans. I hope he's okay.
He just was on Cam Jansen's podcast the other day, the Cam and Strick podcast.
Yeah,
a story about him and Mike Milbury. When he was younger, he went into the office and he told Milbury they wanted to be traded. And he goes, okay, yeah, we can do that for you. We're sending you to Salt Lake City. And he's like, Salt Lake City? And that was in the IHF or the whatever league it was. So I sent him there. I don't even think he got a chance to play. They called him back to the Islanders where they healthy scratched him for like 4 games in a row. And then they sent him to their AHL team just to go there, didn't play, called him back up, and then they traded him. So, like, that Milbury put him through the absolute fucking gauntlet. I thought that was kind of a really funny fucking story about, like, Bertuzzi walking in, I'm being traded, and he's like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm being traded, and he just got dicked around for a couple weeks and then traded.
It's good to know that, like, Mike Milbury, the commenter, was, like, the same person as Mike Milbury, the GM. Do you know what I mean? Just, like, nonsensical.
He's not putting on any sort of show for the people. He is who he is, dude. I am who I am. Shout out EO Dubs.
Oh yeah. So this one's pretty funny. I don't know if you guys used to trade Pokemon cards or any things like this kid in my high school. A little backstory real quick.
No, dude, I grew up playing sports and I go to the vault and my dad would buy me hockey trading cards.
Yeah, so my elementary school banned Pokemon cards because kids were selling fake Charizards. So this is kind of in line.
Simpler times, dude. Simpler times. Like, can you imagine like they banned trading Pokemon cards and only a few years later Yoga Pants were banned, dude? Like it all started from the Pokemon cards.
Yeah, they banned like Pokemon Go now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the Yoga Pants.
We're dating ourselves, but yeah, woman arrested in Quebec City for selling fake Alexis Lafreniere PeeWee hockey cards. That's pretty freaking funny.
I like too the reason they were fake. It's like if you ever listen to Spin Chicklets, Ryan Whitney always references this Quebec PeeWee Hockey Tournament Championship. She fake stamped Quebec PeeWee Hockey Tournament Championship on it, so they tried to make it look like it was a one of a kind from the PeeWee Championships, but like it wasn't, dude. I don't know. I think that's incredible. Your boy Gary V. Dale, who I absolutely hate, I think he's a nincompoop who spews nonsense and doesn't actually get anything done. He's really hot on cards, right? And you hear about like Top Shot or whatever going on with basketball cards right now. And now you see Lafreniere's PeeWee cards are getting fucking faked. I mean, it seems like the market is hot, no?
Bro, how much money did somebody have to pay for one of those cards for you to get arrested doing this?
$100. They were selling for $100 on eBay, it says. Here's the card.
And like,
look at this. 2013 PeeWee.
Hey, I love that. Let's kind of if we can dissect his back of his card right now. I love that like a 12-year-old Lafreniere's favorite player was Patrick Kane. That's big.
Yeah. Left wing, number 47. Kind of a dusty number when you're a PeeWee.
I don't know. I kind of like that one too. What about you?
That kid, that kid sticks out, and
if you're like a grinder and you wear 47, that makes sense. But if you're like if you're the best kid on your team and you're wearing 47, that's pretty
You can wear
cool.
whatever number you want.
I'm a big advocate for people who are way better than other people and choose a number that just sticks out.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess like what made it fake? Did they put like some sort of like?
I said it, dude. They fucking put the PeeWee tournament emblem on it. They acted like it was an official PeeWee tournament card, but they weren't.
Is that so? Like, does that PeeWee tournament sell cards? I guess I'm just trying to figure out like how this is fake. Like, if it said Tops on it or like Fleet, I could understand, but like,
so
something had to have. She got arrested.
She's manufacturing cards and selling them for a profit.
Why can't she do that?
Because she's using like other companies. If someone printed a card and put our logo on it, it was making $100.
We'd be too
hard
to do anything about it.
Right, but a real organization would be pissed off. So that's the difference.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, watch out. The Morning Skate podcast. I'm just going to throw that out there. A little slander.
I still think we should all buy a pack of cards and see who can end up with the most money in the end in like a month.
I'm into it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, Dale, what's next?
I can't wait for him to read this one.
I know. I'm looking. This is a big name for Dale.
Next, we got the Red Wings going 0 for 40 on the power play before DeHose scored a power play in a 5-3 win versus the Blackhawks on Friday night. DeHose.
The juice?
That's David Johnson, Ollie, Savarino, Sally.
What?
DJOOS. I was just kind of going off what Hal did a couple podcasts ago.
Yeah, except for that wasn't phonetically correct. That wasn't the Army alphabet. You were filling in your own words. That was the Dale alphabet.
Yeah, I tend to do that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the pronunciation struggles. I just wanted to throw this one in there. 0 for 40 on the power play stinks. I saw this tweet the other day and I screenshotted it. I was like, oh, this will be good to talk about on the podcast. And then, of course, last night I checked and they scored last night to end the drought. But 0 for 40, I mean, if you're like Dylan Larkin or one of their star players, like, how do you go 0 for 40 on the power play? Have you ever come anywhere close to that?
I was never on a power play, but can you imagine how pissed off the penalty killers were? Like, hey, coach, why don't you fucking give me a shot? These guys are 0 for fucking 40.
I'm sure they had to have been trying everybody. I mean, at what point can't you just buy a goal? I don't know. I thought it was a sad stat. And that's like the most frustrating shit ever. Like when you're on a team and you know the man advantage is going to go 0 for 6 that night, like your favorite team, it's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, the Rangers, I don't ever remember them going 0 for 40, but I remember like a few times where they would go through a drought and they'd get a power play, and I would just be like, can they just tell the refs not to do that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Dale, you got anything on that? Power play yips?
Nah, no. Sorry, I was gonna try to make something up about my power play experience, but I don't have anything.
I can't wait to talk about our power play experience in Beer League Roundup. That'll be fun.
Yeah, Beer League Roundup's gonna be pretty fun this week. But before we get into that, we've got the Rangers Bruins. All right, my opinion, I didn't watch the game today. I know you guys don't care too much about my opinion, but I'll give it a little bit up front. Rangers came out smoking hot on Friday. It was fun to watch. I was with Connor, our buddy, our other Rangers fan, and it was just like hadn't seen them play like that all year and in a very long time. I think the fans played into it. I think they played a little bit better, kind of having that "Let's go Rangers" at the end of the second period. A lot of just a lot of momentum. It looked like they finally found an identity. And they were cruising up there. I don't know, nothing bad to say about them. But
they lost that identity today, Dale.
Well, I didn't watch the game. That's why I was saying.
No, I think something that stuck out to me, the Rangers shit pumped the Bruins. I was excited about it. I was nervous because they Bruins had just played the Islanders and they just got whacked by them too. So I thought the Bruins were gonna have a bounce back game. Rangers come in, they beat them, right? Pretty much everybody scored. It wasn't just one dude. I think Strome had his first 3-point game of the season. That was nice to see. And I remember texting Hal about it and being like, yo, the Rangers haven't played this physical this year. Like, this is something that I like to see. And then Hal hit me with but we're playing like shit. And then, but I think that's accurate, right? Because your team can play really, really well, right? But if they're playing against a team that just doesn't have anything going, I think it gives you that false sense of hope. Like, if I had texted Hal that and was like, hey, the Rangers are playing well, and he's like, and he didn't say the Bruins were playing like shit, like the Bruins were still playing the Bruins game, that would have meant a lot more. So when he kind of put it into perspective that the Bruins were just shitting the bed, it was like, okay, so I probably shouldn't get too excited about this. And then that's exactly what happened today. Nick Ritchie, man, can fuck right off. That fat fuck. I hate that guy.
Hey, wait, really quick. Let's go back.
Back and forth.
I'm going to cut you off there. Let's go back to the first game really quick. So I'm going to throw some stuff off to you. Did you mention it right off the draw? We have to get into it. Adam Fox turtling on Brad Marchand. Your thoughts?
I told you this, man. Like, I think Adam Fox is going to be a top 10 defenseman in the league for years to come. I think Adam Fox is going to be a huge influence on the Rangers. I think Adam Fox will be a career assistant captain after that. You cannot possibly put a C on a player that doesn't have the will or fight to go at somebody who's wet-willing them on national television. You cannot follow somebody into a field of battle after seeing something like that. Like, I guarantee you Benjamin Martin never did that back in the Patriot. That never once happened. You ever see Jamie Benn turtle? No. I understand that that's not Adam Fox's game. I totally get that. He's not a fighter. He's a Harvard kid. But fuck, man. Like, that was bad. My thing, and I texted this to you and our buddy Fever Boy Rex, I just feel like if Lars Eller drops the gloves against Brad Marchand, then Adam Fox should be able to drop the gloves against Brad Marchand. And again, it doesn't really take away. Adam Fox still looked great in this game overall. I just thought some Rangers fans were kind of skewing the reality of what happened there, and I just wanted to point that out. Bro, Adam Fox could have scored 6 goals that game, and I still wouldn't have named him one of the 3 stars. And he was still named one of the 3 stars. Like, what an embarrassing victory lap that must have been. Yeah, true. But the Rangers dominated the rest of the game. So I don't know if I have too much more. Halak and Tuukka got shelled back-to-back games, which I thought was weird. You texted me about this, and then he didn't yank them. Like, Tuukka had let in 5, and he was still in. Kind of a crazy move. I don't know. What do you have on that? Do you like that move, making the goalie suffer? I mean, if you made the first goalie suffer, you have to make the second goalie suffer. That's why I asked you if he had gotten yanked. Because in the first game, if somebody got yanked, you probably yank him again. But if the first goalie has to do it, the second goalie has to do it. Fair. Yeah, fair. And then I just thought for the Bruins, really the big thing for me was no Lazon, no Kevin Miller on the back. And they're 2 of the tougher guys. Yeah, both hurt. Matt Grzelcyk's hurt too. So that's our top 2 on the left side. So it's a lot that we were missing. Eurovac and Iden played good in game 2. Game 1, he got bullied around. Dude. We have Brendan Smith, Libor Hayek, and Jack Johnson, and they're permanent fixtures in our top 6. Okay? We just signed Jared Tenorti. So I guess permanent fixtures is tough. That's hard because these are like our 8, 9, 10 defensemen. Yeah, dude. Right, these are our 3, fucking 4, 5, and 6, dude. Yeah. I will say, game 1, Jack Johnson actually kind of had some grit. I don't know if you agree with that, but he was kind of mixing it up a bit. Yeah, grit, but he was also he must have turned the puck over like 20 to 30 fucking times. I don't care how much grit you have. Control the puck. That is the thing that drives me nuts about the Rangers is because it fucking pisses me off. David Quinn talks about, like you need to control the puck and possess the puck, this and that, and you continue to play players that are scared to death to have the puck on their stick. I've never seen somebody more scared to play a National Hockey League game than Libor Hayek. And I understand that was somebody that was thrown into that Miller McDonough deal. They really wanted him. That guy is so fucking scared to play hockey. I have no idea why he's on the team. Like, he gets the puck and he immediately shits his pants and turns his back to the wall and just hugs the wall because he doesn't want, like, get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of Jack Johnson. Put fucking at least Potato's fun to watch. Like, yeah, he'll fuck up, but, like, in your head, you're just thinking he's just screaming in a Long Island accent, so it's, like, kind of cool. These guys are awful.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That all makes sense to me. I do think, though, on the flip side, game one really showed you guys have, like, really good, like, you're, like, 13-17, like, your call-ups, your taxi squad is a bunch of random veterans. They're all, like, 27 and, like, 5'10", but skate hard. Makes no sense, but they play well.
That's the best thing the Rangers did this year. The depth forwards that they brought in with Kevin Rooney, Phil DiGiuseppe, who played last year, but like Phil DiGiuseppe, I understand he's not going to score a ton of goals because that's just really not a part of his skill set. But that guy works so fucking hard always, and he's always hard on the forecheck. You love seeing shit like that. Again, Colin Blackwell has been good. Julien Gauthier has been our best forward all fucking year, and he never plays, so that's kind of fun to watch.
Who's the guy who scored the goal yesterday? I think it was his first 2 games. Has like a long name.
Oh, Bertuzzi, yeah, fucking me and Fever Boy were talking about, like, there's like people are talking we're gonna win the cup and we have a guy named Brodzinski in our lineup and he goes and he scores a diving goal. It's like, oh Jesus.
When I looked at, so I'll say this last thing on game one, when I looked at your guys roster beforehand, I felt super confident. Like when I saw his name, I was like, what is going on in the Rangers tonight? Actually, one more thing. People are pissed that we didn't re-sign Chara because like we're injured right now. We don't have depth D, and they're getting mad that guys like Eurovac and Einen are like getting walked in games. But like before this, they were all clamoring to have young defensemen, but like young defensemen are gonna fuck up. Like not every game's gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have shitty games. Doesn't mean they're bad. They're just learning. And I just don't. Bruins fans, to me, after game one, all the people acting like there's so many issues. Let's go pay the world to get Matthias Ekholm to the Bruins. Like I just thought it was such an overreaction. They were just on a slide and with a bunch of injuries. You know.
That's what fans do, dude. If they clamor for one thing and it doesn't work, then they clamor for the other thing.
This is like a fucking seesaw right now because this was awesome because like you were up here at this point and now today I'm gonna slam down and I'm gonna fucking bump you up and you're gonna fucking bruise your tailbone. So game two.
Wait, hold on. That one guy you just named Vakanainen, what's his name?
Yeah.
Boy, welcome to the NHL with that Chris Kreider goal. He went in to check Chris Kreider, and Kreider actually did something and used his weight and then just went around and threw a puck at the net.
That was a good goal.
That I don't think it was a sick goal. He just threw it at the net and it hit some fucking shit. But like that's something that Chris Kreider should be doing on a regular basis that he doesn't ever do. And I'm so sick of watching Chris Kreider skate a million miles an hour at a defenseman who gets rid of the puck and then not finish a body check. Why are you doing that? You're wasting all of your fucking energy, and that defenseman knows you're not going to hit him the next time he has the puck. What does that do?
I don't know. You know what's funny about Kreider too? People always make fun of his offsides. The Bruins have played the Rangers 4 times, and he's twice had an intentional offsides where it's gone all the way down. Like on like the dumbest
hockey player, he has no idea what's going on. And all these people that are like Chris Kreider's the smart. You guys don't know a fucking thing because offsides is literally one of the easiest things not to do. Adam Oates got interviewed on Spit and Chicklets, I think, and Adam Oates said that he can tell if a player's smart or not based on how many times he goes offsides. There you go.
RPI. Adam Oates, big RPI guy.
Fucking idiot, dude.
Getting teach Kreider that at BC. But
game 2.
nice.
So game 2, right? I don't know. I don't know your thoughts on 3-1 right off the bat. I said this. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but we talked about it together. The matinee games just don't have as much juice as like the 7:00 Wednesday night games. I felt like today's game was way toned down. I think part of that was the Bruins kind of played a little more physical in the first period and were more surgical. They were just crisper. Cassidy benched 3 guys. We had like Camphor and McKagan, which was kind of weird, but you could tell the Bruins were sick of losing. So I think it just came down to the Bruins playing like their type of game. They just played a good game. That was it.
The first game, the Rangers kicked the Bruins in the mouth, and the second game, the Bruins kicked the Rangers in the mouth. The Rangers had no idea what to do about it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
The only fight that they displayed was in the last 2 seconds of the game when Brendan Lemieux fought Nick Ritchie.
Right, and we go back first period. Ritchie, you now hate Ritchie. You were a fan of Ritchie, I think, 2 podcasts ago. He falls on Georgiev's head. Georgiev bleeds, has to leave concussion protocol. What'd you have on that?
He looks like that fat substitute teacher in history class that smells bad and hits on all the hot chicks. That's what Nick Ritchie screams to me.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I totally agree with that. And I don't like I like Lemieux's game. I don't like Lemieux, but I thought it was cool that they did fight with 2 seconds left. Like, Nick Ritchie can be a scumbag, but he dropped the gloves.
Huge bitch boy move by Nick Ritchie on that face-off because I knew that they were going to fight, and instead of him being already in close,
he didn't let him jump him. That's smart.
Bitch boy move, dude.
That's smart, dude. That's smart. He literally watched Frederick get jumped last time. That's Lemieux's only way of winning fights, and so he fucking skated 10 feet away. I loved that, and that's kind of like a FU. I thought Lemieux held his own because Ritchie's just bigger. You know what I mean?
Not an FU. That was I'm a scared big boy, and I can't be
Nick give me a break. You fight for your strength.
I'm Nick Ritchie. I need 20 feet of space before I could fight you, Brendan Lemieux.
Bitch boy. He outweighs him by like 100 pounds and he's 3 feet taller than him.
Yeah, but why would you give that guy that advantage? You can argue Lemieux's move is a bitch boy move, even though he does it every week.
That's a part of his tool belt, dude.
That's a part of Richie's tool belt too. Give him space. He's a big boy. We all have different tool belts. We all have different skill sets, Ked. Can I say something?
I saw Nick Ritchie back because they were chirping before that face-off had dropped, and I'm like, fuck, maybe they're gonna go. And then I saw Ritchie back way up, and I thought it was just kind of one of those like the game's over, I'm gonna go the other way, and then they dropped the gloves, and I was like, you fucking bitch.
My one other thing I wanted to say on Lemieux is like I have a problem with him still, and I think I pinpointed it, and I don't know if you're gonna agree or disagree with me, but he's like a great player on the ice, and he's a great teammate on the ice. Like, he means so much to that Rangers lineup when we play them. I feel like he's such an integral part. But my beef with Lemieux might be his dad. Like, does that make sense that, like, part of me, you hear the stories of Claude Lemieux's teammates growing up, and he was just a psycho. And it's like, you have to think Brendan has a little bit of that psycho in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what he's like.
Quinn, because like whenever Lemieux takes a bad penalty, he's scratched the next game. I think that's like a lot that has to do with it. I think you fucking let the leash off and let the big dog go at it, dude. Like, it's way more fun to watch that. And on top of like Brendan Lemieux, he can get going. Like, he has speed, but he must have the worst balance in the NHL. Like, he reminds of this one kid, Chris Hawk, who would just put pucks in the back of the net, but every 2 seconds he'd fall over. Like that's Brendan Lemieux. Like, and I wish he had a little bit more, but yeah, you're right. Like, I think the psycho is there. But I think he's on a very tight leash.
Yeah. I don't know if I have much more from Bruins perspective. Coyle heating up. That was nice.
It's another classic NHL fucking fanboy Bruin moment when Nick Ritchie falls on Georgiev's head, cuts him wide open, and then the Bruins score, and then the NHL's like, oh, now we can do concussion protocol. Make
yeah. Might have been the Rangers' fault. I feel like the Rangers should have yanked him. Looks like that was your own organization.
Make you think. That's all I'm saying.
I thought he didn't score, but he had some chances and couldn't finish. But I thought Studnicka played a lot better this past weekend.
Great.
In game one, he was swinging his stick around.
Yeah.
He was playing center, and I think that's his natural position. I think he looks more comfortable. So maybe you move Coyle, try him on a wing again. I don't know. I liked how he looked on the third line. And I thought him and Frederick had some good shifts too.
One thing that really pissed me off about this game is there was a shift where Kevin Rooney and Smith were going at it, and I watched them go at it the entire shift because, like, I think Rooney did something like maybe he got him up high, or it was kind of like a cheap thing, and you could tell that Smith was pissed off. And that was in one end. The puck goes down the other end on an icing, and I'm literally watching Smith like go directly towards Rooney, hit Rooney into the boards, and then immediately it breaks into some sort of like commercial about like what's going on in this. Like, what? What are you doing? There could be a fight going on. I hate when they do that. Like, the NHL is better people in terms of like, okay, run this camera now.
I think ESPN might be better at that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like ESPN might try to eat those highlights up. If they have to market it with like UFC and shit, I feel like ESPN, like I feel like Buchagrosh would show fights. You know what I mean? I think that will be kind of a different flavor. And there's more fights this year in hockey. So I agree. And it is bull. It's bull because when you watch NESN or MSG and you watch these games, you see everything, and then you watch NBC and you're just looking at like ads and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Do you have anything else? I have one more thing. I just have to find this tweet really quick.
No, I don't think so. That's pretty much all I had. Blackwell McKegg was actually funny. I did want to touch on that. Just watching Greg McKegg swing a stick at Blackwell for accidentally running into him. Kind of a wild move. I didn't know if McKegg had that in him.
Blackwell tried to LeBron him. or Allen Iverson him, but whatever one where like you step over and like kind of put, like that's exactly what Blackwell did. McKegg had, you can't have Colin Blackwell be doing that to you in the National League, especially your first game of the year, dude. Here's a stat boy Steven, dude. Since David Quinn started in 2018, the Rangers lead the league in penalty minutes per game, penalties taken for 60, bench minutes, and major penalties. I wouldn't have known that, so kind of a
goons. Kind of sad to see.
And they're not even fun goons.
Oh, really quick before we move on, just because this is Rangers talks, it was cool to see fans in MSG, the 2,000 people. It looked a lot. The first game, it was like kind of bumping. It was weird how it was bumping. And tickets online are actually like kind of cheap. Not bad. Not what I thought they would be.
What are they?
I think around like 100 if you sit up high.
Yeah, that'll be fun, Ken.
Gotta figure it out. All right.
All right, so that was nice beer league,
Bring the energy, Dale.
Yeah, I'm just getting back into it. Rangers Bruins, nice job there, boys. This week, beer league roundup, we got a lot to talk about. Beer league roundup this week is again brought to you by CaniSleep Brands, the trusted CBD of the NHL.
Morning skate.
Well, it's the trusted brand of the morning skate, but yeah, it's a recognized brand of hockey. Their organic products are in 75% of NHL locker rooms. We love this stuff. You can use the TMS 25 discount code for discounts on all their products. They still have their CaniSleep guarantee going on. So go over to canibrands.com/discount. Just pulling up all these things here. There it is. /discount/TMS25 for your chance to take 25% off all CBD with CaniSleep Brands. And today we got a lot to talk about with beer league. We're going to get into.
Can I talk about CaniSleep Brands really quick, dude?
Yeah, bro. My bad.
I'm have my first good skate back today. I'm going to be back on the blue line. Groin's still a little bit sore, so I've been prepping myself with that cream. I think that's been going good. I hammered the sleep stuff, and I didn't wake up till like 11:45 today. I don't know if it has any sort of duration, but like I felt good when I woke up.
What time did you take it?
What?
What time did you take it? I'm just curious.
Like, it was late, dude. It was probably like I was playing Call of Duty, dude. So it was a late night, but I appreciated that, and just the whole sleep guarantee is it's a no-brainer. You can order this stuff. Sleep's important to me. If sleep's not important to you, you're probably like a serial killer, dude. Like I just love sleeping. It's the fucking best. And this stuff helps you sleep. And I don't know. To me, it's a no-brainer because either it's going to help you sleep and you're going to get really, really good sleep and you're wake up the next day feeling refreshed, ready to attack whatever you have going on the next day. And if it's not for you, you get your money back. So to me, it makes sense. TMS 25, check it out. Nice to see that we have some orders placed. So that makes me feel better. But all right, beer league time. Can't wait to talk about this.
Yeah, we got a lot of things. Jimmy filled in for my beer league. We're going to get to that in a minute. I do want to introduce, we got a special guest this week, our buddy, our Capitals writer, Disco. Welcome to the morning skate. Alex Disco, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, boys? I got a quick shout out to CaniSleep Brands. I got mine the other day.
Oh, boy.
Attaboy.
Dude. Great for after the gym stuff. Keeps the body recovered from getting sore. So shout out them.
Fuck yeah, Disco. I love that shit.
So you had a big night 2 nights ago, Friday night. You want to let our listeners know kind of what went down?
Well, Friday night was my first ever beer league championship game. I started playing ice hockey like 4 years ago. I played roller when I was little, so it was kind of cool to actually like compete in like a championship type environment for ice hockey, which I never have before because like all you guys played in high school or played travel or some sort. So I never got to really experience that because my dumb ass was playing basketball, even though I'm pretty vertically challenged, as one might say. So it was kind of cool to experience that. There was actually a decent amount of people there too. But of course, like the game got off to a great start before we even got off the ice. We're the home team. I don't know how it is you guys, but the home team gets to choose what jersey you wear. So we've been wearing our white ones for a home. We get out to go on the ice, and we look to our left, and the team's fucking wearing white jerseys. And we're like, yo, like, we're the home team. You guys got to change. They go, we don't have another set of jerseys. So we're all dressed in our white jerseys, have to go back in the locker room before the game, change into our black.
Classic beer league.
So, yeah. And that's like a rule. I don't know about your league, but in ours, like you're supposed to have 2 jerseys, and this team just does not have 2. So it's kind of fucked up. So
Yeah,
great
it's fun.
start of the game, and then I don't know. We got off to we're a tough start, losing 1-0. Your boy gets the tying goal to set the tone.
Let's go.
And it was off from there. But we had a guy on our team get a fucking 14-minute penalty. He got 2 2s and a 10, but didn't get ejected. So we were shorthanded with like 10 guys for like 14 minutes, which is almost
What'd he do?
a period and a half.
Yeah, what do you do?
He got it. He got in with the guy behind the net. Like the guy hit him in the head. Of course, in beer league, like the ref didn't see that, but then he fucking hit him in the head. So in our league, if you like make any contact with the head, it's automatic 10, and it's like ref discretion if it's ejection or not. And
why is a league
luckily
in
that didn't
Arizona that much more well run than any league that I've played in upstate New York? It blows my mind.
I don't know. We have good. Like our beer league refs are pretty good. We only have one guy that's a fucking idiot, but we're pretty good in that aspect. So thank God for the championship game. It wasn't a shit show, but they let us play pretty physical. Then we fucking scored 8 unanswered and won 8-1. And I got a guy ejected in the game. He this fat fuck boarded me in the end of the third. Got ejected. So got a nice little power play at the end of the game to seal the deal.
I love to see that. I've actually won a championship 17-3. I don't know if the finals are the championships or the games that really just get fucking broken wide open, but I love that it was 8-1. I love that, that you got the boys back in it.
Not to mention, I found. Sorry, you go.
Oh no! Keep going.
So I guess in this league, if you win the championship, you get a $200 bar tab at the rink. So that's like what 10 to 12 pitchers. So we did that, and then the guy on our team owns a bar like a block away from the rink. So then we had another bar tab there. Needless to say, push come to shove, I am puking about 7 times in the bar bathroom before we leave, falling asleep at the bar, drinking out of the fucking not sanitized cup that we got. So needless to say, I got a free COVID vaccine out of it.
Yeah, I like that. I was gonna ask if you drank out of it. If you did, that's awesome because I looked at it. It's like classic beer league trophy where it's kind of got some like dust and like some rust almost kind of look to it. Not like the prettiest.
Yeah,
I love that. What are you drinking out? What did you drink out of the cup? Strictly beer?
Well, our rink actually has Molson, so we got some Molson, and then at the bar we just had some Bud Lights, Bud Lattes.
When we won, we brought the bar to this one rink, and like people bought us drinks. They thought that we were like a legitimate hockey team, and we were drinking out of it, and that got shut down quick. So I kept slamming the trophy on the bar, and they're like, "You need to stop doing that." So then we pivoted, and then everybody just used it as a spitter. So, that was back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. But dude, fucking, you guys got championship hats,
dude. New era too, bro. New era championship hats. I don't think I'll ever wear it again after last night, or 2 nights ago. But it's a sick hat.
So did they print out two? Like, hold on. So did they print out hats for the other team too? And are those being like shipped to like some foreign country right now for kids to wear for like $3?
No. It just says like CAHL champions with like the Yotes logo on the front.
Still pretty sick though, dude. That's dope. Like I was watching your stories and like all that shit, and it was like, fuck, man, I wish I played in a league that ran that well.
Do the Coyotes run your beer league?
Oh, we might have technical difficulties.
No, but like they sponsor the rink. So the rink I play at. Can you hear me?
Yep,
you're good. We can hear you.
Let me know when you can hear me.
Yeah.
All right, so the Yotes, they own. I don't know if they own, but they partner with the. Is it cutting out again?
No, go.
You're on like a 3-second delay, so when you hear this, just like keep going.
Okay.
All right. Well.
So the Yotes like sponsor. We play at in the.
All right.
That's a cut. Try to reconnect them.
All right, so that was Disco. Thanks for hopping on. I mean, he got to talk about winning. I'm pumped about that. He got a cool hat out of it. Kid, I mean, that's a pretty cool moment too because he didn't grow up playing ice hockey. He grew up playing roller hockey, and just like, dude, I was watching the fact that they had like fans there, and like it makes me really wish that like our beer league was like kind of cool. Maybe next year's the year I just fucking do it, dude. I don't know. We'll see. It's just got to be nice to play in a beer league that's well run.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, so shout out to Disco and I think the Stone Cold Stunners. I forget what team name it is, but it has something to do with NWO and him being a beauty. So good for him. That's a first championship for the morning skate, I think.
This year?
That was a dumb thing. This year, definitely the first championship for the
You've won a championship, correct?
I've won it, yeah. I mean, yeah, dude, I've won fucking tons of championships.
Come on, bro. You used to be like the Steven Stamkos of the Capital District area. Never won a championship.
In the fucking Mark Messier, Wayne Gretzky, yeah, probably. But all right, so let's talk into a beer league that isn't as well run as Disco's. Last week I played on Dale's team. We got beat 7-1 by kids that we grew up playing in high school. That if it was like a Navy Molson team, we probably would have beat them by 12.
It was like 5-2, but yeah.
Okay. There were 3 lines and a rotator and 6 defense. We played, I think they set the clock for 69 minutes. Hal, ask me how many shifts I had.
How many shifts do you have, dude?
I had 6 shifts in 69 minutes. There was a point where I was on the bench for 14 minutes and 25 seconds.
What is a rotator? That is just wild to me. Can we explain it?
It's somebody that rotates through the lines, not the center though. He just rotates through the wing. So the first shift he'll start as a wing. The next shift he'll go who you're supposed to be paired with. The shift after that, then he'll go to the second line and do 2 shifts with the second line, and then do 2 shifts with the
really fucks up the chemistry.
Yeah, just to know, is Dale a center or a wing?
Oh, Dale's a center, and he makes
Interesting.
So we pretty much got speed bagged whenever we weren't on the ice. And whenever there's any sort of power play, no matter whose line is up or whose line's next, Dale automatically jumps over the bench with this other kid on the team who's not even on any of our lines. And then Merb jumped over. So they had like probably 20 minutes of power play time.
Exactly.
It was just nuts. I've never seen a beer league team like want 4 lines before. And then they had a game today. It's at 8:20. I'm not going to that. But they had already 3 lines, and they're begging for Skidmore kids to go play. So it's going to be the same thing as last week. It was insane. I've never experienced anything like that before.
Dale, what do you have on? And by the way, Dale was a proponent, I believe, of the Skidmore kids coming to add more depth. So why do you like long benches so much?
I don't. It's a deeper.
He's a center. He's a center on that team, so no matter what, his shift doesn't get skipped. Which is smart, because if I was a center, I'd be the same way.
Yeah, I mean, just to generate some context around this, Jimmy joined the team halfway through the season. The first half, there's a lot of COVID absences. There was games where we literally had 1 person on the bench. So we kind of were coming off that. Granted, we could kind of maybe take roll call a little bit earlier than 12:30 for a 7 o'clock game. A lot of people want to play. A lot of people, are subbing in.
Our text group has 20 people.
Jimmy,
and then why are subs coming on top of that?
So Jimmy and Jimmy both Jimmys aren't original members, but they're very skilled in comparison to the league. So they're attractive to bring in. So I understand why our team would want them as well as other players. Same with the Skidmore kids. The Skidmore kids are going to be like the best kids in the league tonight. But I'm sorry, Jimmy and Jimmy, that both of them had very limited ice time.
Also,
it's not.
This isn't a playoff game, is it?
So that's what we can get into. So we're losing by maybe 2 at this point. It was 3-1 with 15 minutes left. And
Al, let me just talk to you really quick. Sorry, BizDev. This is a league where, like, if you put me, BizDev, and Jimmy on the ice for 4 minutes, I'm not fucking around. We could probably score 4 or 5 goals. Like, just how it is. Like, I was taking quick shifts because we had 30 people on our bench.
Well, that was the problem.
But BizDev and Jimmy on the ice for 4 minutes, we could at least score 4 goals. So we could have won that game easily. And that's not me being cocky. Like, that's how bad the league is.
Well, that's the problem with the rotator too, because the three of us never really got anything going together. Like we hardly had any shifts together. Maybe 2 out of your 6 shifts were complete, the three of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, exactly. And so the rotator goes through. We're down 2 goals, and now he has to go through again. It's later in the game, and he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know, like, I'm supposed to rotate through your line, but I think I'm going to rotate through the third line again." I'm like, "Bob, that sounds like an excellent fucking idea. That's the best idea this team's had all day. Keep it up. This is fantastic." So he goes down to the third line. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to rotate through you guys again." And one of the guys goes, "It's not playoffs. We're having fun." At that point, I quit that team.
Well, that's not my issue. I think what my issue now is, so are you trying to get in the playoffs, Dale, or are you in the playoffs?
Everybody makes the playoffs. I think the elderly guy who's just playing for fun, who's really not very.
So why are you guys having college kids come to this?
Dude,
college kids don't come to this; they'll lose by 100 goals.
But at the same time, like, you don't want to be those guys. There's nothing worse than the team. You walk in the rink, you're like, we're supposed to beat these guys 10-0. I'm walking in this rink with 10 regulars, 2 lines of forwards, 2 lines of D. This is our squad. We don't need subs. And you're running 17 deep with 2 D3 kids?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Look yourself in the mirror. That's disrespectful. And like, that's one of those games, like, when you're an older guy, you're a 35-year-old, like, you're screwed when you see those college kids. Like when Dale, when you flip around an old guy, it's nothing. But when a 21-year-old does, he's got to go home and look on top of the mirror.
I would feel a little bit worse if it was like the black team we were playing, which is filled with elder demographic. This team is, this white team has, I don't know, young Shen kids. They've got a lot of young little ringers too. So I don't feel like this one.
It's about, have you ever played hockey before and then you leave the rink and you're like, man, I don't think I ever want to play that again. Like, that's how it was last week.
Yeah, we've had some open skates like that. I don't know. I just think the league might lack a little bit of integrity, but good luck, Dale.
If anything, it makes it fair. Having the Skidmore kids play with 30 people, because they should only be out there a minute.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people. That's all I was thinking.
20 people. How do you have that many people on your team? That blows my mind. And I get like the COVID and people not showing up. That's why you get people to come in and like be extras. You don't be like, oh, you're on the team now. And we got to a point where we had so little people that we needed to like add people to the team. And now everybody's back and everybody's either had COVID or is fine. So I don't know.
And I do want to say though, and this might be too short for some leagues, but if you're in like a normal league where it's like average competition, 2 lines of forwards, 2 lines of D is awesome. I've actually convinced myself with COVID, like, because you get normal breaks. It's not like there's one guy on the bench, but you also get to stay in the flow of the game the entire time.
2 and 2 is perfect. 10 bodies always.
Yeah, I figured it out. If I ever joined a beer league, like a different beer league, I would rather be on a team with 10 guys where we all pay like $50 more than have a team full. You know what I mean? And then you can pick subs from there if you need them during the league. But sometimes playing games like on a Sunday night at 10:50 with 6 or 7 skaters builds character. That's how you win championships.
No, 100%. And I honestly think that like my perfect max rostered players, non-guest rostered players is 13 people. Just because you do have people come out. So that would give you 3 lines of forwards or 2 lines of defense. And if it fucks up lines at some point, oh, well, at least because there are going to be times where you're going to miss 4 or 5 guys. And if that happens, at least you have some backups. Anything extra should just be like, hey, you're just going to be an extra on this team and play a certain amount of games. If you play that amount of games, you'll be eligible for playoffs. Like, that's how it should be.
Yeah. And I want to throw that one out there too. My league doesn't care. Our playoffs start. Our league doesn't care about ringers in the playoffs. I think that's kind of tough.
When are your playoffs?
What's that?
When's playoffs?
Tonight. First round.
Oh, shit.
If you lose tonight, are you done?
Yeah, but we have a new skate starting next week too. So I think I talked about that last time. I think we're actually revolting from the league. So I think I'm going to end up not being in a league and just playing in a skate with the same group of guys. And then I'm going to try to pick up a second skate or a second league, and that's how I'm going to go.
If you win tonight, fuck, it's kind of close notice. All right, never mind. I was going to say,
we can talk.
I was going to say
several more rounds. Yeah, maybe if it's like a championship, we'll see. We'll see how the schedule pans out.
I would love to win a championship on your team, dude.
We probably won't make it there. So I think that's it, dude. I think we just spent a ton of time on beer league, no?
Yeah, we sure did. All right, let's go to the next one. EA Roundup. Whatever.
I don't have anything. I think it's funny.
Dom Moore's last segment. Dom Moore's heroes and zeros.
Hey fans, this is Dominic Moore. I'm just going to take you guys through.
Where's Patty B? Have we just been ignoring?
Hey fans, this is Dominic Moore. I'm just going to take you guys through a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff here.
No, Patty B's been doing voicemails. I just forgot how to make them into a video to put them on here. But I'll figure that out. He'd actually
COVID brain, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is. COVID brain. Heroes and zeros of the week. I'm gonna go first. I have 2 heroes this week. My first hero, the Kaprizov Rask Zuccarello line in Minnesota, has 21 points in 10 periods since they played together. Zook has 3 goals, 8 assists in 7 games. Nick Bustag was interviewed. He brought his swagger, and we all kind of followed. And that Kaprizov kid has 6 goals and 11 assists in 18 games. So it looks like Zook's playing with somebody who can fucking put the puck in the back of the net. I'm really excited for him. Everywhere that guy goes, he's a fucking fan favorite. So I think I'm a Minnesota Wild fan now.
I like it. And then you look at the other side, right? The young Russian. There was like that article that came out. It was basically like the Minnesota Wild have never had a player like this. And he's electric. He throws the body around a little bit. I put in a video originally, like an ISO cam of a shift of his. He just fucking skates laps around the offensive zone the entire time. So he's electric. It's good to see Zook on his feet. Yeah, I know. It's kind of turning. And the other thing about the Wild I think we could bring up too, they should just somebody tweeted this out, and I totally agree with it. They should just stick with green and yellow jerseys. It might have been Butchergross. I think those are so much cooler than their originals.
They're really, really, really cool.
Right? Like
they played the Kings, and like those 2 jerseys together were fucking sick.
Yeah. So I think that should be their jersey permanently. Hopefully they do that, because then they'll be even cooler. You know what I mean? Like I think Minnesota might actually be turning a corner. And if we go back to it, it's kind of because Bill Guerin, right? Like Bill Guerin came in and he did a bunch of crazy ass trades, brought over Zuccarello's contract, and that one's paying off for him. The signing. Actually, no, that signing, he was signed before Guerin got there. Yeah. I take that back. Still, though, I mean, it's working out.
Yeah, no, it is. No, for sure. I'm thrilled to see Zuccarello producing, and you're right. And those jerseys make the Minnesota Wild's franchise like way cooler, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think they're easy to root for watching them wear those jerseys than the other jerseys. I don't know why.
And it would be sick. It would be sick to see like Minneapolis if like they went on a run. You know what I mean? Like outside in the rink and shit. So hopefully they turn it around.
My last hero, Marc-Andre Fleury, went on the Pat McAfee show the other day, and Pat was talking about hockey. Pat's like a huge hockey guy, which I think is hilarious. He offered Marc-Andre Fleury $100,000 for charity if he scores a goal this year, and Fleury's eyes lit right up. So watch out for the Fleury goal watch. I think that's something that I can I bet that? I bet he does it this year. I have a feeling.
Just because this is out there in the air now.
$100,000, dude. That's a lot of money to go to charity. And honestly, like I feel like sometimes goalies don't do it because they're going to get yelled at by their coach. But like, let's say Fleury tries to do it and it gets broken down or whatever, and the coach is like, "Fleury, what are you doing?" He's like, "Dude, coach, it's $100,000 to charity."
Yeah, it's a good point. And like Fleury probably has a little bit of a leash. Actually, maybe he doesn't. But it's like for Fleury, what does he care? Like they'll probably just start Leonard next game anyway. Yeah. Once he comes back, you know what I mean? He's got nothing to lose. I agree with that. It's kind of like he's the veteran. He's like, I don't know, kind of always been the star of Vegas. So I could see that.
I agree. So those are my 2 heroes.
All right, I'll go. Hero, my first, I got a couple. Hero, 2 zeros. My hero of the week, I think it was, I got to find the tweet, Bruins Flyers Outdoor Classic. I think was like the most watched game in like NHL for a long time. Here we go. Bruins Tahoe game on Sunday night was first regular season game to ever top 1 million viewers on MSNBC. So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought the production of that was really good. I don't really want to spend too much time on it, but
Spin Zone. Everybody watched it because there was so much controversy about the game the night before.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not saying in particular it's because of the Bruins and the Flyers, but I think the NHL did a good job. Was my whole fucking point.
Okay. Oh, everybody loves the Bruins. Everybody loves the Bruins.
That's all right, dude. 3-1 in the series.
Okay.
Here we go. Eddie Olchuk. This is a tough one. 0 of the week. Eddie's my 0 of the week. He mentioned that Mark Stahl could be a potential trade deadline fit for the Bruins. Grow up, Eddie Olchuk. Eddie O does not enjoy the Bruins. He's always so crass when he calls Bruins games. It just makes me sick. It's one of those guys. Everyone has a random national announcer that you just think hates their team, and Eddie O's that guy. And like, in what world, watching Mark Stahl just like suffer for the Red Wings this year, do you think the Bruins are like, that's what we need to shore up that blue line to go get a cup?
I don't know.
But the reason it makes me so nervous is because like the Bruins do sometimes go get like Nick Holden at the deadline. You know what I mean? Like they just signed Tenorti, so hopefully Tenorti took that role of a relevant defenseman. But
I just can't believe that. How many NHL teams are there? 30, 31? There's quite a bit of NHL teams.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that there's at least one general manager out of those 30 plus people. I think Mark Stahl belongs in the NHL. That blows my fucking mind. I don't get it.
Stevie Y, bro. My other zero of the week, someone else who doesn't belong in the NHL, David Ayres. Why am I still hearing about him? It's like, it was such a cool story. I just feel like him and his wife are kind of milking it a little bit on social media. Like he has like the cave that's like a memorial. I feel like they're tweeting about it every other day. I don't want to be a negative Nancy. It's just kind of popping up a lot.
The Hamburglar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dale, what do you think? Do you think I'm being harsh on Ayres?
I mean, I think it's a sick story, but you're right. I mean, you get 15 minutes of fame. Sometimes it's tough to see people drag it out. But
yeah,
I mean, there's a podcast now, right?
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. Should he have a podcast? Like, if I was David Ayres, well, I have a podcast, so I'm acting like a huge asshole right now. But if I was David Ayres and I didn't have a podcast when I did that, all you would do is like, that's the ultimate like drinking beers at a bar. Like, oh yeah, well, one time I came in and like won a game. It's not like I'm gonna like turn this into like a D-list celebrity situation. That's how I feel.
True.
Yeah, I respect.
But if he wants to come on the podcast, that'd be awesome. Though maybe we'll be like, I don't know if I was just too negative. That's my zero of the week. Was I just too harsh on David Ayres?
No, dude. I asked David Ayres to come on the podcast when it first happened, and he big leagued me. He's not allowed on the podcast.
All right, that makes me feel better.
All right, I'm gonna start off with my zero of the week, talking about clout or whatever, but we posted a video. That video went around on a lot of different accounts of beer league player, or maybe it was a youth hockey player, just slashing someone's stick.
Good call. This kid is a zero. Good call, G.
Broke. Yeah, I took a screenshot of it so I would remember to make it my zero, dude. So we tag the kid whose original video it was, like proper social media etiquette. And then he messages us and says, "You're gonna mention in your caption, I wasn't the one who did it, since you want to make the caption about looking like I did." And our caption, literally, it said something, I forget what the caption said, but it has the film emoji with his handle in parentheses, universal sign for this is the person that filmed it. And we're just like, come on, dude, we just posted your video. It got fucking like 10,000 views. Like, you're welcome.
Dude, at first, I think at first I was like, oh, dude, my bad. And then I looked at it and I was like, no, dude, fuck you, dude. I'm just going to take it down. Go fuck yourself.
This is what you said. You said, no, not at one point did I mean for it to read that way. I still don't think it does. I think it just shows that the video came from you. And then you go, actually, I'm just going to delete it. What a world.
What a world. Fuck that guy.
Oh, because you're making it look like me?
No, we didn't call you scumbag, but I'm calling you scumbag right now. So that's it.
All right. Well, that was that. On a positive, I sold my car this week, which was nice. But my hero goes out to our buddy Casey Bianco, who curated that sale. Just nice kids, nice guys to have in your corner. My hero also goes out to Jimmy's haircut. Ked's haircut's looking nice. He's on the come up. It's hot Ked summer. You better watch out. The kid's back. So all the boys really are. Our other buddy Connor's fucking on fire too. So all my friends are having a good 2021. I just got to say that. Like, 2020 was a shitty year. All my friends are winning in 2021. I love it.
I mean, I got COVID.
So did I. We're winning. We have the antibodies now.
Yeah, true.
We both have trips planned out west. Really,
we've had to battle through a lot of adversity. COVID, the Twitter followers, getting shadow banned on Facebook.
I wouldn't say it's been the best year. Yeah. I mean, it can only go up from here. I just think it's funny how your hero of the week, Dale, is just kind of divulged into some random person from our hometown.
So you talked about your car situation 2 podcasts ago. So
can we start talking? Can we start calling Dale's hero? Can we start calling Dale's hero of the week his hometown hero of the week?
Yeah, that's my point. I didn't name anybody in person. Like, it was. You should be proud. You're the one who sold the car. Your hero of the week should be you sold the old car online. You did it, not the person who helped you do it. Take some credit, bro.
Or to the person that was dumb enough to buy it.
Yeah. Can you imagine someone's just going home tonight being like, I listened to the Morning Skate podcast. Casey Bianco's Dale's hero of the week.
Like, oh yeah, Casey.
That's it. I don't know. You guys got anything else? I think Ked's got to go play hockey.
A beer league game, but
Yeah, real quick, Les. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Had Russ Layton from Sparks and Anthony on from Blade Tag. 2 awesome conversations, back-to-back pods last week that will be coming out this next upcoming Wednesday and the following Wednesday. Got into some sick stuff. I mean, both things. Stuff you don't really like think about too much with growing up. I never really put much thought into my hollow. Having an extra pair of blades, the way it's skate sharpened, it was honestly fascinating, both of them. So I'm looking forward to sharing those, cutting up some cool clips. That's all I got immediately on my BizDev stuff.
I didn't make the Sparks one, but the Blade Tech one, again, like kind of like the Can Brands, it's like a no-brainer. Like NHL players are using it, and it's proven to make you faster. So if you check that out, I mean, and
like a lot of them.
Yeah. So that's something that you guys should check out. And then we're also in talks with Aaron Asham. I think Aaron Asham's going to come on the podcast. That'll be pretty cool. I think he's one of the, I don't know if he's the only one, but if he's not, one of the few players that have played for all metropolitan teams. So,
wow.
Something to think about. But all right, guys. Well, that was this week's episode of the Morning Skate. I'm going to go play hockey now. Thanks for tuning in. We will talk to you guys later.
Later.